Remember those summer vacation trips where pulling into a motel at dusk meant something was about to get interesting? Neon signs buzzing, promise of a hot room ahead, and those little endearing touches that make hotels home away from home. It's easy to be nostalgic for the good old days before everything got high-tech and optimized. Here are 11 hotel amenities that you won't see anymore, the little reminders from a bygone era of travel. 1. Metal room keys. Once upon a time in the mid-part of the 20th century, when roadside motels dotted American highways, each guest got a real metal key on a durable plastic fob with the room number. The keys jingled against you as a badge of pride, and if you misplaced one, a trip to the lobby was necessary for a replacement. The thing that set them apart was the sense of security they expressed. No card swiping and demagnetization anxiety, just a turn on the lock. But with growing security awareness in the 1980s, electronic key cards became ubiquitous, offering greater security against theft and ease of rekeying. Now, those old keys are mostly museum pieces, a reminder of the days when hospitality was a more personal thing. 2. In-room ashtrays. Hotels in the 1950s and 60s were havens for smokers, with sturdy glass ashtrays on every nightstand and desk, often embossed with the hotel's logo as a keepsake. Lighting up in your room was as common as flipping on the TV, creating a hazy, relaxed atmosphere that felt grown up and indulgent. They were special because they catered to a social habit that bonded travelers over shared stories in lounges. Health awareness and anti-smoking laws in the 1990s phased them out, turning most hotels smoke-free to appeal to families and clean air seekers. It's a change for the better, but it takes us back to when a puff was part of the unwind. 3. Rotary dial phones. Picture the 1970s hotel room, a bulky rotary phone by the bed, its dial clicking as you spun numbers to call home or room service. These phones connected through a central switchboard, adding a layer of human touch with operators who might chat about the weather. What made them magical was the tactile ritual, the satisfying whirl, and the anticipation of connection in a pre-digital world. Push-button and then cordless phones replaced them in the 80s for speed and convenience, and now smartphones make them obsolete. Flipping through memories, it's hard not to miss that slow, deliberate way of reaching out. 4. Vibrating beds, magic fingers. During the 1960s, coin-vibrated massage beds called magic fingers delivered 15 minutes of tingling relaxation for a mere quarter, a novelty spawned by post-war ingenuity to soothe fatigued travelers. You placed in a coin, and the bed whirred softly, like a machine-like massage at the end of a long road trip. It was unique in that it transformed a simple mattress into an entertaining escape that adults and children hounded to experience. Soaring maintenance costs and newer bedding technology in the 1990s consigned them to obscurity in favor of memory foam and spa treatments. Those vibrations live on in our tales of lost roadside marvels. 5. Postcard. Stands in lobbies, hotel lobbies once featured spinning racks of colorful postcards, a staple since the early 1900s when tourism boomed with automobiles. Guests would pick one showing local landmarks, scribble a note, and mail it right from the front desk. A simple way to share adventures. They were cherished for sparking that personal touch, like sending a piece of your trip home to loved ones. Email and social media in the 2000s made physical cards rare, and hotels ditched the racks for digital kiosks. Browsing old albums, those faded postcards still whisper tales of journeys past. 6. Bellhops with luggage carts. From the grand hotels of the 1920s, bellhops in crisp uniforms would whisk your bags away on brass carts, offering tips on the best local spots along the way. This service stemmed from an era of luxury travel where porters made you feel like royalty arriving at a palace. It was special for the warmth and stories they shared, turning check-in into a welcoming ritual. Self-service luggage and cost-cutting in the 1980s reduced their roles, with trolleys now DIY. Remembering their smiles brings back the elegance of hospitality's golden age. 7. Hotel switchboard operators. In the old phone days, hotels kept live operators at switchboards, patching in since the 1930s when networking was paramount for business travelers. You would lift the receiver and a warm voice would patch you through anywhere, sometimes even awakening you with a gentle morning phone call. They were charmed by the human factor, such as having a concierge in your ear for directions or reservations. Automation and direct dial came in the 1970s and made them obsolete, giving rise to voicemails. It's a lost art that made staying in touch feel so much warmer. 8. Metal buckets on ice machines. The corridor ice machines ejected cubes into gleaming metal buckets supplied in rooms, a relic from the 1950s icebox times when refrigeration was a luxury. Guests filled up for beverages or coolers, the clinking ice giving the evening a cozy feel. The thing that was distinctive was that one would have to make a group walk down the hall, and that would usually result in incidental discussions with neighbors. Plastic bags and in-room refrigerators in the 1990s took their place for convenience and hygiene. Those buckets, now antique finds, recall nights of plain joys. 9. Coin-operated TVs. Old hotel TVs in the 1960s needed to be paid for viewing time in coins, a pay-per-use arrangement that was born out of the television room novelty. You put in quarters for a few hours of black and white programming, making movie nights a luxury. It was a thrill because it made the set a big event and rationed entertainment as a game. The use of free cable and remotes in the 1980s stopped the practice as technology got better. In hindsight, those coin slots were portals to other worlds we flipped through hungrily. 10. Shoeshine stands. Shoeshine stalls, chic in 1940s business hotels, provided a swift polish while one perused the paper, a service that was grounded in refined professionalism. The rhythm in the Shine Boys' brushes produced a finish that instilled confidence for conferences or dinner engagements. They were cherished for their skill and banter, a mini spa for one's feet. The 1990s casual dress codes and self-care kits diminished them. Those stalls gleam in our recall as beacons of dashing days. 11. Complimentary door-delivered newspapers. Each morning in the 1970s, a new newspaper would appear under your door, compliments of the hotel, keeping guests up to date without lifting a hand. The practice began in high-end chains to replicate home convenience in the era of jets. It was nice, starting the day with the world's news at bedside over coffee. News apps on digital devices and eco-awareness in the 2000s ended the deliveries. Flipping through old headlines now revives that serene routine of the good old days. There you have it, 11 hotel features that have checked out for good, leaving behind fond memories of travel's cozier past. If this trip down memory lane brought a smile, hit that like button, drop a comment about your favorite old hotel story, and subscribe to RetroNest for more nostalgic dives. Thanks for watching. See you in the next Rewind.